Now, have you wondered how the newly passed tax reform will impact you? Well, the answer is actually different for every taxpayer, which is why people are turning to the pros to seek advice. According to a new survey of 3,000 Americans commissioned by H&R Block, 53% of people who use a tax professional say they prioritize knowledge of changes in the tax laws when considering a tax preparer, something that can help avoid mistakes and that possible dreaded IRS audit. H&R Block's Andrew Wagner is here to share some tax tips for us. Andrew, thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Now, I gave a little bit of an insight, but what are people really looking for when they're ready to hire on a professional to help them?
Yeah, so in the survey we conducted, about 9 in 10 respondents said they already have a great relationship with their tax professional, and about half of those people said that they would be more than happy to be Facebook friends with their tax professional. So I think this just shows you that people really want to have that year-round relationship with their tax professional. They want to be friends, they want to feel like they're brethren with that tax pro. But at the same time, the respondents to the survey also wanted to make sure that the tax professional was knowledgeable about their individual situation. So if you have multiple states, if you have foreign income, or if you own a business, the people in the survey really wanted to make sure their tax professional knew a lot about that specific topic. So it's a combination between knowing a lot about the topic that affects the individual client, but also having a good relationship, having that rapport with the tax pro.
Well, looky here, I've got a tax professional right in front of me. If I want to know something about how this new tax reform legislation is going to kind of impact me, can you kind of give me a general sense of what that means for us?
Yeah, so the paychecks are going to be affected for a lot of people. So the Form W-4 is what you use to adjust your withholdings. So the tax rates have gone down for most Americans. So what that means is you're going to get some extra money in your paychecks. Now, that may or may not be a good thing. Your paychecks are going up, but if your withholding isn't enough to compensate for your bracket, your tax bracket that you'll be in next year, you might have a little bit too little withheld, which could mean you're going to have a balance due. Or if you have too much withheld, you're getting smaller paychecks throughout the year, but then you'll get some money back on your tax return. So it's just whether you want to have the money withheld throughout the year or whether you want to get larger paychecks. So it's just a personal preference.
Well, I love that there are some options, and I don't want to not ask you this question before I let you go, because I think everybody wants to know, is there anything we can do to avoid that dreaded audit that I was just talking about?
Yeah, so the biggest thing you can do is just report all of your income. If you had 4 W-2s, first off, know that you had the W-2s, but make sure you put all the W-2s on the tax return. Don't put 3 of the 4 on the tax return. If you have stock sales, make sure you get your brokerage statement and report them on your tax return. You have dividends, interest, make sure you report everything. Make sure you document all of your deductions. Don't put deductions on there and just guess. Have an Excel spreadsheet, document everything. That way, if you do get audited, you'll be able to show the IRS, hey, here's the expenses I have, here's proof that I actually had them.
So basically have your ducks in order, make sure everything is on the up and up. But I know we're in the thick of everything with taxes. Is there somewhere I can go online to find my tax professional and to get some more information?
Yeah, you can go to hrblock.com/offices. You can key in your zip code and it'll bring up a list of tax offices and tax professionals closest to you.
Well, Andrew, I think you've cleared up a lot of information for us, and I think a lot of people were thinking, how does everything affect me? So thank you so much for stepping in today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
We'll be right back.